Hi guys, Kat here for another video. We're going to make lasagna today, so I'm just preparing the sauce. So I'm going to show you what we have working right now. In this back pot, we have 1 pound of ground meat, and I'm just putting some onions in there. Okay, and I'm going to show you what we have on the cutting board. Some more onions here. I'm just going to put these right in. And then I have some mushrooms, freshly washed. We are going to chop these up. And I like them just be on the bigger side, just because they will cook down. If you don't like mushrooms, you can take them out. That's no big deal. It does add a lot of different flavors though, which is pretty cool. My sauce usually is a little different every time, and that's because I just usually work with whatever I have on hand. You see here I'm using ragu today, just as like my tomato base that we're using, and then I always alter it. I'm just going to give this a little stir in here, and I'm going to cook the meat up, and then we're going to pop our mushrooms in. Mushrooms in. Okay, and next what we're going to do is I just have some minced garlic here. You can get this at Sam's Club. I like to get it in bulk like this. And I'm just going to give, I like a lot of garlic in my sauce. And I really don't measure, guys. I just kind of, I add in my ingredients, I taste along the way, and I see what I need. Next we're going to use soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Once again, we're just eyeballing this. That's good there. Then we're going to do some seasonings. Salt and pepper, of course. And then I have a bunch of Italian seasonings. We're going to do Italian, onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, and a little bit of red pepper flake as well. If all you have is Italian seasoning, you can go ahead and just stick with that, because everything else that I mentioned is pretty much all in that one. That and maybe just a little bit of parsley if you have it. You'd be good to go with just those two. Obviously we're adding in onion and garlic, but I do like to do a little bit of powder too, just to kind of gives a little bit more flavor. And then our red pepper flake here. Okay. I like that just to kind of balance out, give it a little bit of heat, but not too much. Alright. Mix this up. Get everything browning. Alright, so next step here is I have a big pot of water on. I'm going to show you that here in the back. I move the water to the back, and then I have my sauce. Right now it's just the meat, garlic, and mushrooms in the front. And then I'm going to be dumping our ragu sauce in it in just a few moments here. This is all I'm using here. Okay. And next what we're going to do is I have this little gadget here. Some of you may have seen this. Sweet little gadget. Show you the back of the box real fast. Basically you can shred up and turn vegetables into, basically you can make them into ribbons or pasta or anything like that. There's a whole different types of blades in there that you can make all different shapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some fresh zucchini in our pasta, in our lasagna rather. I'm just going to put this camera down so you can see what we're doing. So I'm just topping and tailing our zucchini. I'm going to cut it in half. Cut off any bruises or bad spots. Get rid of that. And then we're going to put our zucchini in a little slicer and push till it's taut. And then we're just going to turn the handle and we'll see if this works, because this is the first time I'm doing this. And I just have obviously the cutting board, cuts everything. See if you guys can see that. It's actually going pretty fast, which is nice. We're going to do regular lasagna noodles as well as our zucchini throughout. See, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this zucchini, get it all shredded up, and then I'll be back with you guys. I'm also going to put our sauce in our pot with the meat as well. Alright guys, now we're going to build our lasagna. Okay, I've got a sprayed 13x9 pan here. You can use a glass one or tin, whatever you have. I've got my sauce here in the front. I've got my lasagna noodle in the back, and it is cooked. Not all the way al dente, but just enough so that it'll cook the rest of the way in the oven. And then I have all of our shredded zucchini. I had 2 large zucchinis from the garden, and then I chopped up the rest of them and put them in the sauce because there were like the little nubs at the end, so I don't like to waste anything. I just put that in there as well. So I'm going to put a thin layer of sauce down on our pan and just kind of give it a little shake around. I have mozzarella ball, okay, just like this for slicing, and then I have a bag of mozzarella and a bag of Italiano. I'm going to show you how we mix up this ricotta because we don't use it right out of the container. I always like to season this. We have to season it, otherwise it doesn't taste good. I'm going to start with 1 container. I have 2 just in case I need it, and I believe these are pints of 15 ounces. Okay. And usually if you give it a little good shake, it should come out in one piece, or you could just take a little spatula and get out the rest. Okay, so in here we're going to put in 1 egg, 1 full egg, and now we're going to season it up. We have Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, oregano. We're going to do some garlic, onion. Just have fun with it, really. A lot of the same seasonings we used in the sauce, I like to use in the cheese as well. It's all Italian. And we're going to do a little crushed red pepper, like that little kick. Get some of our minced garlic. And I think we're going to need, now that I'm looking at it here, we're probably going to need that second container of cheese. So I'm just going to open up this now and do another egg. If you guys are wondering where I shop mostly for my food, usually the local farm for produce, and we get our meats local. Basically everything else we end up going to either Aldi's, Sam's Club, or Walmart. It just depends on what we're looking for and who has what. Alright guys, so now that everything's prepared, that I've got that and all the cheese, we're going to build our lasagna. So here's what I have going on right now. Is I have a thin layer of our sauce that we made on the bottom of this 13x9. I have a layer of the lasagna noodles, and then I spread the ricotta around. Next we're going to be I'm going to take some of this zucchini that we shredded, and I'm just going to put a layer of that around. Okay, it's going to be a packed lasagna. Next, we're going to do a layer of shredded cheese. So we're going to go for our Italian. And you can layer this however you guys wish. You can leave out the zucchini if you wish. I'm just trying to utilize some of the stuff that we had either in the garden or just produce. Okay. So we got that now. So next is going to be our sauce and lasagna noodles. So we're just going to put a nice little layer of sauce here. And it'll sink right in. Be so beautiful with our ladle. It's melting the cheese already. So you guys can see here. Just kind of spreading this around. You don't want dry pasta, that's for sure. I like to take it out to all the edges. Okay. Next we're just going to give this a little shake, a little bounce like that to make sure everything settles. And we got more of our lasagna noodles. Okay. Next is going to be our organa mix. This is what it looks like when it's all mixed up with the seasonings and the egg. Really, really nice. You don't want what I call albino food, which is unseasoned food. It just looks white. It's got to be seasoned. Got to have the flavor, otherwise it's really not worth eating. Then we're just going to layer again. So then we're going to do another layer of our zucchini, our shredded cheese, our sauce, and our noodles. And before we bake this, I am going to put this on, put a little baking sheet underneath it to catch any drips that might occur. Sauce again. And I think we're going to have enough zucchini left over just to eat it with the sauce. So that'll be perfect. So now our lasagna is prepared. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. My pressure cooker is running. If you're curious about what I'm cooking, pressure canning or canning up, just check out my other videos. But let me show you what our lasagna looks like before we put it in the oven. So I just put those nice slices of mozzarella right on top. Kept layering, put a little bit of sauce on, and as you can see, I do have a pan underneath it. We're just going to put it right in the oven here. 350 to 375 depending on how fast it's cooking. I'm going to start off with 350 for about 45 minutes. So I'll see you back when it's done. Alright guys, the lasagna is finally done. So I'm going to let you look at it here. There's the baked version, and then we just plated it up here with a little extra sauce on top. Alright, I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you on the next video.